in London, hello. It's January 21st, 2009 and morning time, just gone 9:15 in the morning. My video's all about recovery from addiction to either substance or behaviour, and my substance was alcohol, my behaviour trying to be perfect, all those 35 years of drinking. Maybe a perfect drinker, that is, to be completely saturated and find oblivion for as many times as I needed it, and in the end it became every day as life got smaller and smaller in my addiction. And that's the irony, really. We drank because we liked the taste of it, or we drank because of the effect. Many people say they didn't like the taste of alcohol when they first tried it, but they did like the effect it had on their feelings, and that was to take the edge off. And, you know, over the years I've realised that I used alcohol to take the edge off a lot of things, the good parts of life and the sad parts of life, and never really getting any balance in there. And the reason why I didn't get balance in there is because I really didn't understand life too well. And when you're in a fog, it's easier to stay in the fog than it is to get out of it, because it's comforting. You know the dimensions of where you are. The world is closed in and it's very small. And the problem with any sort of addiction is it often gets us into an isolated place, and then we find that the isolated place is more safe than the big world out there, which might judge us for something that is going on which is not good. And I've never known anybody say addiction is good, even addiction to, I guess, behaviour to do with health, because we can always overdo it one way or another. And I've been very distraught over the last week or two, and I knew my relationship with a very good woman was coming to an end. I knew it was, and I knew her unhappiness, and my own because of it too. And I keep on asking myself each morning, how am I feeling, why, and what can I do? Well, how do I feel today? I still feel there's a big gap in me, and that's good. It meant that every moment of what I was doing over the last year or so, and also being involved with somebody I really do deeply care for still, was worth every moment, because to have those moments of feeling and love and understanding, passion, compassion, all the good things, as well as the, I suppose, almost opposite. I never got to a place of hate, or dislocation maybe, or maybe that's where I am now, dislocated. But it's good to know that I have those depths in me, and that I'm just a normal human being in that respect. So all to the good in that area of my life. The big gap, rightfully there, and not to be filled with triviality, and it's so easy to do that, or to try and fill it with another relationship, because all I would be trying to do is replace and replicate what I had before. And because it was unique and authentic, and my first relationship in recovery, I don't really want to lose its potency, that it meant something, that it is to be cherished. And as you know, on the end of these videos it always says cherish always, and that was something my father said, always cherish people and try not to treat them with superficiality or indifference. And you know, he was right, and he said that about 16 years ago in his deathbed. And those words have stuck with me: cherish superficiality and indifference. And I know I wasn't treated with indifference or superficiality, I was cherished. That doesn't mean it can keep on going. We still have to have enough common ground, and maybe we were just too far apart in those respects. Anyway, that's all part of what is going on. And what keeps me sane and healthy, if I'm not insane? Well, the Fellowship of AA helps me greatly, and the AA stands for Alcoholics Anonymous. And this is really what these videos are about, living life in sobriety. And AA is a big part of that for me. So here's the preamble from a meeting, what we hear at the beginning of meetings, and it says, what is AA? Alcoholics Anonymous is a fellowship of men and women who share their experience, strength and hope with each other, that they may solve their common problem and help others to recover from alcoholism. The only requirement for membership is a desire to stop drinking. There are no dues or fees for AA membership. We are self-supporting through our own contributions. AA is not allied with any sect, denomination, politics, organisation or institution, does not wish to engage in any controversy, neither endorses nor opposes any causes. Our primary purpose is to stay sober and help other alcoholics to achieve sobriety. And when we talk about sobriety in the fellowship, or when I talk about it, I speak for me here, not for AA, by the way. We're not at odds or against each other, because I'm part of the fellowship. And what I've learned is that we go in as unique, authentic individuals, and we stay that way. We have one similarity, and that is to stay sober one day at a time. And sobriety is about emotional, physical and spiritual, and for me the spiritual connection to living is of prime importance. And for somebody who for many years was not ever sure what God could be, or God might be, or what God is, I don't know whether I was an atheist, agnostic or a believer. It kept on changing as life events threw up new challenges or disasters. And for me, the spiritual connection today is seeing the world as it is, reality as it is just now, with as few filters or denials as possible. And I've actually started reading this thing again, the big book, Alcoholics Anonymous. Quite a thick tome. And as I said a couple of days ago, the reason why it's called the big book, this is fairly thin compared to what it was before, because in the 1930s, I think when it was first published, it was published on very thick paper because it was cheaper. So it was really thick and big. So that's the reason why it's called the big book. And I've, as I say, just started reading some bits again. And it's very important for me to just remind myself why AA does work for me and continues to work for me. And if I can find a page which is really relevant at the moment. I talked a lot about anonymity yesterday, anonymity being sanctuary and spiritual being truth. And, you know, we all need to come to our own understandings about anonymity. And for me it is sanctuary to find my spiritual truth, the truth of now. And in this, on page 10 of the AA book, it says, "I had always believed in a power greater than myself. I'd often pondered these things. I was not an atheist. Few people really are, for that means blind faith in the strange proposition that the universe originated in a cipher and aimlessly rushes nowhere. My intellectual heroes, the chemists, the astronomers, even the evolutionists, suggest that vast laws and forces at work. Despite contrary indications, I had little doubt that a mighty purpose and rhythm underlay all." I think Einstein said that too. "How could there be so much of precise, immutable law, and no intelligence? I simply had to believe in the spirit of the universe, who knew neither time nor limitation, but that was as far as I'd gone." And, you know, I think that's where I've been for a long time too. And another part of this particular part of Bill's story, which is really at the beginning, it says here, "My friend suggested what then seemed a novel idea. He said, 'Why don't you choose your own conception of God?' That statement hit me hard. It melted the icy intellectual mountain in whose shadow I had lived and shivered many years. I stood in the sunlight at last. It was only a matter of being willing to believe in a power greater than myself. Nothing more was required of me to make my beginning. I saw that growth could start from that point. Upon a foundation of complete willingness, I might build what I saw in my friend. Would I have it? Of course I would." And, you know, maybe that's where I'm at again, all over again, understanding that there is whatever your concept of God is yours, and so is mine, as we come to understand. So I like Gandhi, and God is truth and God is love. So I'm in a strange frame of mind this morning. You know, part of me is up and down, and that's good because it means I'm actually connected to what's going on now. I'm maybe not quite stuck in the past. Anyway, coming on to the daily readings, and I don't have much time actually. Just see if I can find it. Page for January the 21st. More fingers and thumbs. Here we are. Nearly. In the Just for Today book. I don't think I'm going to have time. No, I'm not. That's too long. I'm going to rejig this video. Let's see how we go. No, I won't. I'll leave it as it is and do another one. So, how am I this morning? How am I feeling? Up and down. I've got a big gap inside me, which is good. It means that all that has happened in the last year or so has been absolutely worthwhile. It's taught me a lot about me and my humanity and my ability to love, and being careful and sharing and understanding that people cannot always be together. And even though I would wish it so, it can't happen, or it cannot happen right now, but you should never say never. So, my time is up, and apologies for the all over the place. I'll do another video.